Hey everyone, I found this team on the forums that uses Swords Dance Hisui and Samurott, and that's not a set I ever really use. Every time I use Hisui and Samurott, it's Assault Vest to deal with Golden Go, but this team has Spit Iron Treads for Golden Go, so we can afford to run a Samurott that's not Assault Vest. Right here, they have a Sun team, so against this, I really think that leading Lottie might just be a good play. I'm scared of whatever Lilligant's trying to do, if I'm being honest, but I think Slowking will just deal with whatever it is, so we should be fine. They might lead Scarf and Fernape too is another possibility. I think in terms of my best lead, I'm just going to lead you. If they lead Torkoal, they try to get up their rocks, and I think I just go out into Iron Treads and spam spin. I mean, I could also just Earthquake because they have the Ceaseless Edge to come in, but I actually don't like that situation too much. What I might do is Volt Switch out into Lottie to put on pressure with Luster Purge here. Because they're going to go for rocks, and this Luster Purge is about to either KO this or hurt somebody really bad, so this is going to have Sucker Punch. Yeah, we do a ton right there. I think I die to Sucker Punch is the problem. They go for Play Rough though. Okay, so I can get up my own rocks here. That's not a bad play. I think that's what I'm going to do because I don't want to spin as Ceaseless Edge comes in, and I don't want to give Ceaseless Edge a weak armor either. So let's just go ahead and it's actually on a balloon. Sun has 4 turns left. How do I deal with this Mon efficiently? I guess go you and maybe Rocky him. As they go right for Bitter Blade, that's fine. I'm just going to throw out my Z move right here and try to knock out the Ceaseless Edge in one hit. As they sack off the Mega Mawile, that's fine. The Ceaseless Edge is taking a lot next time it comes in. And it's not like they have the best ways to take advantage of Sun when there's only 2 turns left. So pretty happy with the way this is going so far. It's about not losing to Lilligant though, which is why I'm keeping the Galarian Slowking at full. No matter what. Lottie will always stop in Fernape if it's Choice Scarf, so that's not a problem. Outside of Sun, we also do have our Aqua Jet pressure from Mystic Water, Hisui, and Samurott, so that's really nice. But yeah, Lottie and Galarian Slowking are the mons that I need to keep healthy right here, so there's the Lilligant. I don't want to get, like, Quiver Danced on, if I'm being honest. So I'm just going to let them knock me out right there. And then just go Slowking right here, and I believe throw off a Sludge Bomb is correct. As they actually miss a Sleep Powder. I mean, that move is about 75% accurate. Sun would have been gone though, so I don't really know how much that mattered, but I guess they would have been able to keep Lilligant, so that was really big. Yeah, but that's their choice to run Sleep Powder, right? Usually if the move is below 80% accurate, I just don't even run it anymore. The exception is Magma Storm on Heatran, because you kind of need that move to be able to do anything. So let's just Sludge Bomb again as they spin for the Ceaseless Edge. But all I gotta do is Thunder Wave that. So what are they gonna do? SD here? Because I don't need the Slowking really anymore. So we get our T-Wave off. That's really big right there. And yeah, I think I just let them knock me out. We'll go for Chili. I could also go Zapdos. But I think I'll just let them knock me out. That's fine. And now we can go Zapdos and just kind of... Maybe I should have gone Samurott to Ceaseless, but I don't want to risk the miss or anything like that. Okay, we'll Volt Switch out. Get the damage I need. Go you. And now I'll click Ceaseless here. If they're Endure, it's going to be a Speed tie after. I do miss my Ceaseless Edge. Kind of not super happy with the way this is going endgame, but I think we're still going to win. We're going to go Treads here, as it's the Growth. But yeah, oh, is it Growth Trailblaze? Did I just lose? It's a Growth Trailblaze, isn't it? Yeah, I lost. It's a Growth Trailblaze. That's it. It's not Trailblaze. Okay, wait, hold on. I repeat, it is not Trailblaze. Let's go you and Mystical Fire. I mean, I guess if they have Dazzling Gleam, I lose anyway, so I should just Ice Beam. Yeah, that could have been really scary. I mean, if they have Dazzling Gleam here, it's still scary, but they only have Hidden Power, which doesn't do too much damage. Now we Luster Purge. Wow, I'm really glad this wasn't Trailblaze. That would have been, like, horrible. I mean, this might have Shadow Sneak, I guess. I mean, like, they Shadow Sneak there, but I'm pretty sure Zapdos wins this game after that thing's gone, so... Well, even with that thing there. All I needed to do was not lose to Shaman, and we were able to do that, which is the important part. So is this Scarfed? I kind of thought it might be Scarfed throughout this game. So it goes right for Overheat. Alright. Let's go U and throw off Hurricane. Knock that out. Last mon is going to be this thing. We know it's Scarfed. I want to say Volt Switch into Aqua Jet kills. Because I'm Mystic Water boosted. Yeah, we're able to knock that out right there. Nice. We have another one. Got some good luck right there with the Sleep Powder Miss as well as the full pair on the Shadow Sneak. But they did also dodge one of my Ceaseless Edges, right? I think it was into Shaman, which was the big threat. So, I don't know. Kind of evens out in my head. Maybe they disagree. What I'm going to do is... I really do like my Zapdos lead, but... I would rather scout out their sets first and weaken the Heatran if possible. I think in terms of alternatives, though, there's nothing else into Lando, so let's just do this, yeah. If they're Rockium, I'm super dead. But I haven't seen that in forever. Okay, they go for regular Stone Edge. I feel like it's Scarfed. We don't land our Hurricane. Okay, if they want to predict my switch here, you know, forget it. I'm just going Treads. Covers this well, yeah. I mean... This was going to be the switch-in or Heatran, and Treads covers both of those, so it's totally fine. Let's get up our rocks. Or they actually just stay in to drop the Z move, wow. Would they stay in again? I feel like they have to go Lando. Which I want to knock the Scarf on so Lottie can outspeed it, so... I gotta be careful with Zapdos, because it's my main way to deal with Meowscarada. I guess Za can too, to some extent. Are they going to stand in Draco here? I'm trying to knock off Alomomola this turn, if I can, but I don't know if that's what their priority is to bring in right now. Landorus would be an interesting play. I'm pretty sure that's Choice Scarf Landorus, so knocking that thing would be huge, like I said. It's just if they stay in and I do nothing to this thing as they Draco me all the way down, that would be kind of unfortunate. Or if they show the random body press right here, but... I really think that they're going Alomomola this turn, if I'm being honest. Because it's a super safe play. You don't have to risk your Choice Scarf. You don't risk this getting Earthquaked. Yeah, there's the Alomomola. Okay. So we're going to knock off Assault Vest. Rocky Helmet. Okay. So this will be flip turn from them. Let's try to get a static, but I'm not gonna. I would have loved to have landed that Hurricane turn 1, because that puts it in range of... Hisuian, Samurott, Aqua Jet. So this thing's going for Axel. It goes for knockoff, which probably killed me, so makes sense. I need to get my Roost off with Zapdos. So this turn they're going Alomomola, so this is my chance to do that. As they actually go Za. Yikes. Subs, that's fine. Not super scared of this, as they actually, yeah, I figured they might switch out behind a sub just to get in the Heatran for free. Maybe I should have Future Sight. Let's get you in at least, and I think just go right for a Swords Dance. No, I always Ceaseless immediately. I mean, just in case they go Raging Bolt was the idea. Just get up another one. I mean, they can't play with this many hazards up, right? They're gonna have to defog. Let's go you. Flower Trick does a lot. We know your boots, so I think this time I'm just going to throw off my Z move. Actually, I just close combat. It does a lot. They might go for defog here, but that gives me the Roost on this, so that's all I really want. Out comes you. Let's go you. Get up rocks again. I could Earthquake, but like I think I value rocks more. Yeah, they want to regenerate this, which makes sense. Can I get the static? Like, for some reason, my Zapdos never statics Alomomola specifically. Can status everybody else, but not that. I get to the para on Thunderbolt. That's really obnoxious. So I can't really switch there. Let's just go for Chili. Don't full para me as they get up rocks. I would love to get in Samurott right now. There we go. Perfect. I think I'll just Razor Shell and try to mix up my play. Okay, this player doesn't know how to predict, so... There's a Toxic, but I'll SD on the Protect, and now you don't have a switch in, dude, so good luck. Go with Zamazenta. I want to say +2 kills with Mystic Water. That did nothing. What? Actually, negative damage amounts right there. So they're going to get another defog off at some point. That's just going to happen. But what I can do here is go U and Volt. We know you're leftovers, so you're not any sort of scary Z move set. Sub IDF Body Press Crunch is their set right here. So maybe I shouldn't have let Samurott get Toxicked. End up sacking. Unfortunately, everybody gives that Lando the defog, which they're just going to do right now and sack it off. And then we're going to be in this 5v4 spot that I'm not super unhappy with. It's just like, my Pokemon are weakened, and I know the Galarian Slowking being paired is going to cost me later. But at the same time, Zapdos is still healthy enough to deal with the Meowscarada, and Lottie like really destroys their team. It's just they have a Heatran, so I think they're debating whether they want to go Meowscarada or Lando. So it ends up being the Meowscarada. Let's go Zapdos here. Okay, we do get the static. That's kind of what I needed, yeah. Because now I go U. I think just always throw off Z move here. Maybe they'd choke and go like Lando. But we knock out Alomomola. That's really good. Landorus comes in. This has to defog here. So let's just spam close combat. They're scarfed, right? So it's not like they have good switch-ins. Now they're going to go Raging Bolt. So let's just double into Iron Treads and get the rocks back up. Yeah, there we go. Does this end up in a win, though? I'm trying to think. They actually do miss their Draco, which is really bad for them. I definitely feel bad for that one. Goes Landorus. Do they defog again? Or no, they go for Earthquake. I'm never staying in there. Just gonna Luster Purge. As Heatran comes out, this could have, what's it called? Toxic? Could argue the correct play is staying in, but I don't want to lose to Landorus because I did. But I think I'll try it for a bit. Fortunately, none of my Luster Purges are getting drops, which sucks a lot. Okay, there we go. As they do taunt me, but they're not going to knock me out before I knock them out. So that's all that matters. So down goes that. I got to keep this for the Landorus. So they're going to U-turn here. Who's not useful? I think Raging Bolt is kind of just dead weight. So this thing is dead on entry now. I think we're fine. Because they can't lock Earthquake. They have to go this, and then Lottie is healthy enough to deal with the Raging Bolt, and we can close combat to get a kill. So I want to say we're good to go. Goes ahead and Flower Tricks there, playing off a choke into somebody, but it doesn't matter. Raging Bolt's their last mon, and it can't win against my entire team, so nice. We have another game, Mega Medicham team, so my game plan into that is get static proc, but we also see double ground. My Samurott is really good here, but I gotta be careful about Landorus U-turning immediately. I think I'll just lead you. I mean, I get to throw off Hurricane. Ice Punch doesn't OHKO me. They just end up switching out, which is the correct play, yeah. Usually these don't run away to threaten Lottie too much, so I think I'll go that. And just Mystical Fire here. Maybe they Ruination, but... Okay, now they're gonna, go King Gambit to Pursuit. Let's double out on that. So they actually Whirlwind me into this, which is not a bad Pokemon to have in. But they just go Pecharunt. Yeah, so I'm just gonna double out again on that, and I think try to get a knockoff on this, or get up my own rocks. Okay, they actually are faster than me, so... I'm happy to know that, but I need to static proc this thing. This is like such a threatening Pokemon. Can I get static? No. I mean, I got a static it. Yeah, so we don't get static either time. I needed that, so... I think we just kind of lose to Mega Medicham, if I'm being honest. So out comes this. I'll, like, play this out. If they don't want to go King Gambit, that's fine. Are you Scarfed? You are. Okay. I mean, I have Ice Beam here, so that's good. Going back to Lando to take more hazard damage. I don't know why King Gambit's not coming out. But thanks for the 10% health. I'm gonna Mystical Fire now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we catch that. And now we have a 50-50 for... The thing is, if I get this 50-50 wrong, I lose. But if I get it right, I don't win. I still have to play out the game. If they go for Pursuit and I try to switch, I'm just dead. If they go for Sucker and I try to attack them, I'm just dead. Okay, they go for Knockoff. So I could have just clicked Mystical Fire and done a lot of work there. The only problem is I can't risk... Well, I guess I risked dying anyway, so I can't really use that logic, but... Goes Lando. That was a good double because it covered the Lottie trying to get in on Petulant too. Because they have no reason not to U-turn because they just have Petulant to come in. And I have to stay in because of that, so... This should be Parting Shot here by them. Yeah, I'm just trying to weaken them because I know what they're going to do every turn. It's just like I can't really deal with their team. So I mean, I'm just going to go U as they drop a Z move. I think I'm just going to throw off... Okay, they got into this. That's annoying. Okay, we get the ship we need on Mega Medicham, which is nice. What would they do here? Fighting move, I guess? Zen Headbutt. Okay, that's really bad. So they're going to Ice Punch now. Yeah, there's that. If you're Bullet Punch and it kills, I do just lose here. Okay, so we knocked that out. Really big. Out comes Lando. I gotta roost this up. This is my win condition. And it also stops this thing from winning. So it goes for a U-turn. I'm gonna get my spin off on anybody except for Petulant. Go ahead and do that, and then I can roost up here, which is what I need, but it's going to come down to that King Gambit mind game. I can see that. Okay, let's Ice Beam. I only have 2 roosts left, so I got to be really careful with them. So we roost once here, and then they're going to U-turn. We go U. Got to keep that last roost. That 55. So they actually Thunderclap. I didn't think they would just straight up Thunderclap there. Ice Beam needs to kill here, otherwise I do just lose. Let's go for it. As we are able to knock that out, but unfortunately, it's kind of the end of the road for us, right? Maybe not, but I think it is, because they just go Raging Bolt here, and I can't beat that. Yeah. I mean, I'll SD. They Thunderclapped anyway. I tried to play off a choke there. You know, you probably could have argued I should have Aqua Jetted just because I hadn't shown it yet, but a lot of people do like to switch up their play the moment they see another move that stops their Thunderclap or Sucker Punch, so I was just banking on that right there, but I probably should have Aqua Jetted. Let's try to break this team using... Well, I'm really worried about Golden Go, but I do have that Spitef Iron Treads, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. It's just I would feel a lot better if my Samurott was AV, but SD Samurott can actually pressure Toxapex here decently, which is nice. Let's lead Za into this. I think I'm fine just close combating. I mean, they're going to go Pex, right? So it doesn't really matter what I do, but maybe I should have doubled into Glow King. Okay, we end up in on this, but I can just Future Sight here and then Chili out. As Golden Go comes out here, so I get to go U. And I believe just to throw off, they're going to go Tinglu. Let's go to knock off that thing's item. It's Ferrothorn actually comes out, which is fine. Let's go ahead and get up our rocks, and then I think I want to absorb this. Well, I was going to go Zapdos, but I can't anymore. Actually, I'm glad I didn't, because I would have lost an item. now I get to go U and actually try to do some work. So I don't think I predict. I just click Mystical Fire right here and see how they react. I want to check if that's Spidef or Fizdef right now. So this Pokemon, Latios Mega into Moltres. Mystical Fire does about that much if they are Fizdef, so Luster Purge should hurt. Are you Scarfed? I think you're Scarfed. I mean, I kind of committed here, so let's just find out. Go for knockoff in case, but yeah, they are Scarfed. Okay, interesting. I'm just going to SD on Pex though, because Pex comes in here, right? And like I said, I can just +2 Ceaseless and do a lot to that thing. Ferrothorn comes out. It doesn't really want to take +2 Ceaseless either. Okay, well that's a really terrible miss for them. And they get immediate justice, so I can't even say anything. Shadow Ball is going to be a problem, but I don't die with Lottie to Golden Go from full, so we're fine in that regard. I will take a ton of damage, but yeah, I don't die. So we're able to knock out the Golden Go too. And I just got to keep this and use it to beat the last three. So we go Zapdos here. Roost up. If they go for Triple Axle, you're getting staticked and losing to Lottie right now, so... Ends up going for Frustration again. And then goes Tinglu. Okay, so... Let's just... I don't think they have a way to knock out my Lottie, so I'm going to go that and Roost. Yeah, because this thing being healthy is really all I need to win. So out comes Molt. Does Roost again on as they Flamethrower. Then we Luster Purge here. Do a lot. They're trying to keep me low, but I don't want to be low, so let's just Roost again. Okay, that burn actually sucks quite a bit, because now I'm going to struggle into Tinglu. So I think I got to keep Zapdos healthy and just sack off. Well, not sack off, but go Za here. And just close combat as Pex comes out. Let's throw off Z-move. Maybe they get careless, as they actually do double out into Lopunny, making a prediction. Perfect. So do you have Quick Attack? No, you do not. So goodbye to that thing, and I think we're fine with Lottie now. Especially because I can just go U and set up future sites and kind of deal with them that way. It's Chilly out now. I think I go Za, right? Although they're just going to recover off my damage, so what's even the point? So Ice Beam here. Do a lot to Tinglu. Ice Beam it again. Bring it down really low. Ice Beam it again, and that'll be this game right here. So I don't think Pex can tank my hit. I'll Roost just in case, and then Luster Purge. Okay, so they're trying to PP stall me, but I'm doing way too much damage, so yeah. Game number 5, we have a Mega Charizard Y team that also has the Ogerpon Wellspring, so Zapdos might need to hit Hurricanes here, just into that, as well as Zamazenta. What I'm going to do... I do want to get up my rocks right away, but I don't want them leading Charizard, so we'll go Lottie here. As it ends up being Treads. Now, I'm not too scared of Treads. Let's just Mystical Fire it all the way down. Okay, they get up their rocks, so is this like a more offensive team? I actually get a crit and just knock it out. Wow. Lucky turn. Don't have to deal with that as much, so... I do have the option to maybe go Slowking and scout out their move in case they Focus Blast. But Treads will live that anyway, so I don't think I'm too concerned. Goes for Calm Mind. Oh, that's actually really annoying. Because they're going to be Fightinium Z. Okay, they do just knock me out. Yeah, that's just going to happen, unfortunately. But we do get to go U and Heavy Slam. It's like super obvious that I have it, but it's literally my only play here. So goodbye to that thing. Thankfully, they didn't scout. We have Rockium Z for Charizard. Dang, yeah, the fact that I lost the Hazard War turn 3 is really tough. Maybe I should have switched out, but also, like, who knows what the Lele was actually doing. So this thing is just dead. So goodbye to Charizard X. That was Life Orb, so maybe it is Z-move Terapagos, huh? At this point, my weakest Pokemon is the Samurott, which I hate to sack because it's that, it's that Pokemon's video. But what I do here is just CC, I think. I get another crit. Jeez, dude, what is happening? Crit turn 1, crit turn 6? Like, how? So, I don't want this thing IDFing too much to the point where it gets out of hand. It actually howls. Oh, that's not fun. And I do just die. Okay, so this is actually really problematic. Okay, Galarian Slowking, how much damage are you taking from this? It's +1 Howl from Zamazenta. Let's check right here. Crunch at +1 doesn't kill. Now, if I make it Lottie... Okay, they could have killed me either way, so I can't check whether it's adamant nature or not, but it looks like even if it's adamant, I live here, so... I go you and Thunder Wave. And I live the crunch. I just gotta not get crit. Wait, are you Black Hole Eclipse? I just gotta land the Hurricane. I mean, like, I've been trying to avoid it, but I just gotta land the Hurricane. Okay, that's the damage I needed, thankfully. They do land their other thing. So, now what? Do I go you and Aqua Jet? I have Mystic Water boosted, so let's check that. Looks like I do kill. They've shown their Z move, so let's Jet there and knock that out. I'm worried about Terapagos here. Yeah, it goes ahead and does that to outspeed my Zob, but they can't OHKO Za. They would have to Calm Mind and dodge Razor Shells right now. Okay, they knocked me out. Perfect. So we should be fine unless they like Ice Beam Freeze or crit this Terra Star Storm. As they went for a burn, it looks like, and we were able to knock that out and win the game. That was scary, though. We have another game. Gonna be up against a Sand team, so what I want to do here is... Well, Lottie checks the Scizor, but if I get Pursuit Trapped, not really. So, what's my alternative into that? Zapdos, obviously. So, yeah, Zapdos has got to put in overtime right here. My biggest priority is weakening the Tyranitar, because that helps out my Lottie and Zapdos core, which is what I need in this game. So really good lead matchup for me. As they actually... Dude, I don't know what's with my luck in the last 2 games. Like, I can't seem to stop dodging moves and doing all this crazy stuff, but they do actually give me the leftovers on Tyranitar. Really happy about that. Let's go you, and I don't think I have a reason to predict. I just click Heat Wave. Go Tyranitar for all I care. You're just taking more hazard damage and gonna get burned, so... Down goes that. Like I said, Zapdos is way too important here. It stops the Excadrill. I think that was Choice Spec, so that Focus Blast turn 1 would have probably OHKO'd me. Yikes. Well, anyway, I know they're going to go Moltres here, so let's just go you. Did not consider Za as one of the possibilities, if I'm being honest. Goes for Stone Edge, predicting Zapdos as I dodge for the 10 billionth time. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with my luck right now, but we're just getting non-stop. I think, honestly, I'm just going to throw off my Z move right now. Just because, worst case, I get to weaken Tyranitar, but I don't want to, like, close combat into Moltres and get flame-bodied, right? So, lucky win right there. We have another one. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a lead Diancie and then a ton of setup Pokemon team. So, I'm just going to lead Za and try to heavy slam the Diancie right away. It could be Mew lead, too. That would be annoying. But I think just because of the possibility of it being Diancie and then a setup Mew, I would rather lead off with my Zamazenta to heavy slam that. I mean, Zamazenta does do a lot of work right here, but I don't need it to win. As it is Diancie, perfect. So we can just throw off heavy slam. I don't care if you Mega Evolve or if you don't. I think you're dying, so we're going to knock that out in 1 hit. No rocks for them. Who comes out? Volk? Dude, I have this Z move ready to go for you. Like... This is not winning. Now do you go Celesteela and Autotomize? Because I'll close combat and then beat that after. Or maybe the correct play is to go Gloking and T-Wave, but... Usually against Hyper Offense teams, I don't like to play super defensively because eventually you just get haxed on 1 mon and then can't do anything, so... Okay, they're just trying to set up. Yeah, that's all this team does. Okay, so this shouldn't be Stone Edge. Let's just go U. As they actually get staticked. It's Hurricane there. We'll switch out now. Because I would rather have a different Pokemon against all these guys. I think I go U. Because yeah, we have Mystical Fire for that. Out comes Mew. Nasty Plot. Okay, so you're going to click Genesis Supernova, which Glowking just eats because it's a beast. Jeez. Do you have a Rock Polish after that? I don't think you did. So, okay, I have a choice here. Do I want to risk a Ceaseless Edge miss for probably the game? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? We land these. As they have Ice Beam, doesn't even do anything. It's more accurate. Actually, I can't Aqua Jet because of the terrain. So, yeah, I think we made the correct play right there. And then, yeah, who comes in next? Because you have 2 setup Pokemon left. I know this is Autotomize. I know that's SD Scale Shot, so just show me your plan. I mean, I think you have to dodge moves to win. It's basically what this comes down to. And even then, I'm not sure if you can. Maybe if you get enough Air Slash flinches with the Celesteela, but once you burn Meteor Beam, you like don't deal with Zapdos either, so. Oh, we got a defense drop. Does that mean I can just kind of Aqua Jet here? No, but they burned their Meteor Beam, which is nice. So I just gotta go U and not get flinched. Just don't flinch me. So they went for Flamethrower instead of anything too scary. So now I just go U and Ice Beam. And that should be that. Yeah, because they're going to be SD Scale Shot, so good night to that. I don't think we're super high on ladder. I had to forfeit against 2 stall teams in a row in the middle of this video, just because I couldn't be bothered to try to spend 20 minutes to break them. So we're at 1735, which is probably still like top 200, I want to say. Maybe a bit higher than that. It's almost top 100. We're number 106 on the ladder right now, yeah. But it's funny. I queued a stall team, instantly forfeited, instantly requeued, and then instantly found another stall team right away. And then I didn't want to find the first stall guy again, so I ended up waiting like 2 minutes before finding another game. And luckily, we have been fine since then. So, yeah. I did hope you all enjoy this. Definitely consider subscribing if you did, and I'll see you next time. Later.